that being said, hi. Yeah, we might as well just get right into it. I'm trying out something over here, and I'm always experimenting with you guys. I apologize. There's nobody here but me anyway right now, so I apologize for experimenting all the time with this stream until I get some kind of right about myself. Look, if you're new here and you're watching this live now or on the rebroadcast, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Tasha. Do me a big favor. If you have not already done so, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications. And there are other ways that you can support the show by patreon.com/Tasha Pierce, or you can just hit that join button down there in your YouTube video uh, on this video, and you will be able to become a member of this channel. Also, if you want to ever make a comment, anything, I don't charge nobody, but if you guys, I do accept super chats and donations if you guys are obliged to do so. If you guys want to do so, you can. There's no obligations, of course. This is free entertainment, especially when, I get to talk to people who are like-minded. We get to discuss some of these things that we've learned and didn't learn at D23, some of the crazy ass rumors that came out that, had us all super excited. Specifically that Henry Cavill one. The Henry Cavill rumor got me twice. The Henry Cavill rumor got me with Comic-Con, because remember during Comic-Con it was like, DC is going to bring out Henry Cavill and announce that he is going to be back as Superman in the DCEU. And it was like, yay, that was a smart move, DC. I can't wait for Comic-Con. And Comic-Con came and Comic-Con went with no announcement. No Henry Cavill. Cavill didn't show up, right? And they did this shit to me again with D23. Oh, we about to announce the D23 that Henry Cavill is coming to the MCU. Yay. And I was like, yay, what a big, well, that's great. He's a perfect addition. And blah, blah, blah. And guess what? No Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill wasn't there. He didn't show up. So now, Henry Cavill was the least of my particular worries. Henry Cavill did not show up for D23, and neither did all the rest of those big name people. we were hearing Jodie Comer, we were hearing Denzel Washington, Giancarlo Esposito for Marvel. Who else did they say? Daisy Edgar Jones. There were so many big rumors with big names attached to it. And yes, I continuously said, take this with a grain of salt. Take this with a grain of salt. This is not confirmed. Even though the person who first started this little rumor was connected. He's Hollywood connected, has those kinds of connections. And you could sometimes trust what they're saying. We're finding out that they are human too. And those announcements were not made. This is still not to say that these things are not going to happen, that these casting decisions were not made, but we didn't get it at D23. These people did not show up on stage with Kevin Feige. But there was still a lot to like about the D23 announcements, specifically for Marvel, the MCU, and Star Wars. Lots to talk about still. And also, we had Star Trek Day. Some of the things that we wanted to see for Star Trek Day and some of the things that we didn't get, but still a good Star Trek Day presentation. So we're going to talk about that on the top. But before we even get into Star Trek Day and D23, again, thank you for being here. I had a wild week. Hopefully things are back to normal. I don't know. I'm just riding this out. I'm riding this out with the family. I don't know what's going on. So anywho, so if you guys, if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. Some of you may have been following along with what was happening, and others may not know. But everything is well now, so we are back. I wanted to be here on Star Trek Day, but we were going through some technical difficulties over here, so I couldn't be with you on Star Trek Day. But I can be with you here today to talk about what we found out, what those announcements were for Star Trek Day. Um, so we got a date for Star Trek Picard season 3, the final season of Star Trek Picard. That's coming out right after Valentine's Day. It's our love letter from Star Trek, February 16th, 2023. And we also got a pretty darn good look at some of the newer things to expect in from Star Trek Picard. Among those is we got a teaser trailer that kind of it just goes into a little bit more of how our gang is going to get back together with the original Star Trek, the Next Generation bridge crew. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Excuse me. So the Star Trek, the Next Generation bridge crew, they're going to all get back together. We're going to see some of the familiar faces, some of the characters that we have come to love. We also, we got that, and we got a good look at the USS Titan A, and we know that that is the ship that was once Riker's ship, but now we have Seven of Nine commanding that ship. Yes, yes. So we are finding that her story is broadening. I'm looking forward to seeing how they end this story out, how they say goodbye to the Jean-Luc Picard character. In continuity, we will always have the Star Trek Picard character etched in our memories, and also we have those reminders from TNG. We can continue to see Jean-Luc Picard at his best. So this is a perfect way to say goodbye to the character, and also to introduce possibly new stories that can be told, specifically using Seven of Nine and Raffi. They have become such beloved characters to some. Some people don't like them, and it's an acquired taste for many, but they have become such beloved characters that we know that there's more story that can be told, and we hope that that the Star Trek gods are listening when we say that we want more of Seven and Raffi. So there's that. Okay, what else did we learn on Star Trek Day? We got I got a little itinerary, but I don't know if you can see that. We got a new image. We got an image from Star Trek Discovery. We did not get a date, and we also got a set tour from Star Trek Discovery. Now, I didn't watch the entire set tour. I had intentions to go back and watch it, not yet done so. But I am looking, and I'm going to share my screen here. I am looking at this image. This image is giving me Mad Max vibes, and you'll see. Let's see. You see that image? You got Burnham, and she is on this like four-wheeler. It looks like she is being pursued. Now, of course, we don't know. We have no context of what's going on in this particular picture, but we do know that she looks dope. That's all we know. We ain't got no date. We ain't got no trailer. She looks dope. Yay. You know what I'm saying? She looks good. So hopefully we find out a little bit more of what's going on with Star Trek Discovery soon. Like real soon, because I'm used to getting Star Trek Discovery information like right now, because usually we will get Star Trek Discovery by the end of this, by the end of the year, and then the beginning of next year we'll be ending it up, and then we'll go into whatever they're going to do next, which in this case would be Star Trek Picard. I don't know what's happening. We've not got a date. We do have a date, however, for something else. And then of course you can, on YouTube, you can find the set tour the behind the scenes set tour that is hosted by Wilson Cruz. I think he did an outstanding job for what I did see. And we also got a little bit of a descriptor for what this season may be about, and it sounds real familiar. But I'm not about to, I am not shitting on I'm not going to crap on Star Trek because, we don't know what's in store. I wish we would have gotten a little bit more from Star Trek Day as far as Star Trek Discovery is concerned. They announced some games and stuff, and they got Will Wheaton coming back as Wesley Crusher in Star Trek Online Ascension, that game. I don't do the gaming. We got exclusive sneak peek look at an upcoming episode of Star Trek Lower Decks that is underway. And by the way, I'm enjoying Star Trek Lower Decks thus far. And I've usually been very critical of that for the first 2 seasons. And I think either I'm mellowing out, grandparenthood might be settling me down, or the show is getting better to me. It's finding a way to keep everybody happy. And I've not too much looked at what others were saying as far as how they feel about Star Trek Lower Decks this season. But I'm gonna pay attention to see if others are saying, hey, this has become more palatable for a more serious person, because I'm not that funny. Everything can't be funny for me. It's some things is funny is fun, but slapstick, it gets a little silly, and then your girl gotta tune out. Star Trek Prodigy, however, has been doing me good. I have absolutely loved what they've done with Star Trek Prodigy, and it is returning with new episodes on October 27th. So they gave us a mid-season clip or trailer from Star Trek Prodigy, and one of the things that we have noticed from that trailer or that teaser, Murph, something going on. Murph is something happening to him. Now, I don't know if we remember Murph, but Murph got something going on. Murph is changing. He is evolving. Now, I don't know what he's going to evolve into. Rock Talk looks like she's really excited about whatever is happening with him. I'm glad something is happening with him, because Murph was just a little bit useless. Just a little bit. He had some uses. I'm glad to see that he could possibly turn into something that is very important, becomes a very important part of the crew. So it's called Metamorphosis. That's the episode that Morph gets to changing. It was wonderful. I enjoyed it. October 27th is when Star Trek Prodigy comes back. Then they did that Nichelle Nichols tribute, celebrating the legacy of Nichelle Nichols and everything that she brought to not only the Star Trek universe. She affected the real world just by her presence on the bridge, but further, she affected the real world by her contributions to science and helping stem the knowledge, or stem the desire for Black astronauts and women astronauts to come into that field. So very, very good stuff. Good stuff about Nichelle Nichols. And it's not a lot that we didn't know. The one of the things that they are going to put her ashes to rest in space, which only seems fitting. It to me seems like, have you ever heard of Henrietta Lacks? How Henrietta Lacks is what do you call it? Immortal because of her DNA, the cells in her DNA. Well, it makes me think that we send Nichelle Nichols ashes out into space, and maybe, who knows, maybe they lodge somewhere, and maybe just that little bit of DNA entered into that system or that planet will create some kind of life. I like to think that stuff like that can happen. And if things like that can happen, then there will be no better template than a Nichelle Nichols. So there's my little my heartfelt feelings about Nichelle Nichols. She added so much to Star Trek, and she inspired so many. And even when people didn't know that they were being inspired, they were. Her presence alone was just it was something that was I would say revolutionary, because she was there with a bunch of men, because you know that back in that time era, that era, that was the patriarchy was real. It's real now, but it was real back then. And by her being a black woman as well, she's there. She's there, and uh, she's there, and she has some rank. She's not like the lowest person on the totem pole. She is there, and she is a colleague of these people. It meant so much. We've talked before about how much it meant to Martin Luther King, and how much it means to little black girls, and how much it meant to African American astronauts, and how much it meant to women in general. So Nichelle Nichols has left an outstanding legacy, and she will be missed. Yes, she will. There's also a podcast. And y'all know, I don't know if you know, but I love me some podcasts. My podcast, somebody talking in my ear, is my bedtime story. And I'm not talking about video podcasts, I'm talking audio only. Excuse me. I'm yawning. That's the granny duties in me. I had granny duties last night. And that wears me out. That's why I'm late doing my show today. I'm late doing my show today because I was wore out. I went to sleep, and I slept so hard I didn't get up until 5:18. The show was supposed to start at 6 o'clock. Yeah, that wasn't happening. So I had to hurry up, get myself together, and come in here. And you know, I didn't even put makeup on, did nothing. I just had to do bare minimum so I could be in this chair by 6:45. And I'm happy that I was close. It was like 7 o'clock when I got. I mean, yeah, it was about 6:50, 7 o'clock when I got things started. So yes, I'm happy that I got. Y'all didn't want to know all that, did you? I'm sorry. Star Trek Con SETI Alpha 5. What I was talking about is that I love podcasts, the audio versions of a story. Is somebody telling you a bedtime story? And yes, sometimes I fall asleep and I miss it, so then I have to go back and listen to parts that I missed the first time. But at the end of the day, I am a huge fan of the audio space of podcasting. In fact, I am going to start uploading these shows onto various platforms so that they can also be enjoyed as a podcast on a rebroadcast. So there's that. Just putting that out there. I've joined Anchor FM, so I will be uh, uh, shouting out Anchor FM and putting this stuff out in front of a broader audience. Hopefully, it can find a bigger audience on Star Trek. I mean, on the podcast form. Again, I'm starting to ramble. Anywho, Star Trek Con SETI Alpha 5. That is the podcast that is going to be coming out in early 2023. It's season 3 of Star Trek: The Pod Directive, and it is Con SETI Alpha 5. Now, you know that you can tell a story. You can go a whole lot further with an audio podcast. Some people say that you would lose some of the nuance because you don't get to the visually see these things, but what we can create in our imaginations is always far greater than what somebody else could think up and put on screen. You know what I mean? The way that we draw it out and map it out in our minds. Now, that don't mean excuse me, sorry. That doesn't mean that we should be those gatekeeping types that say that just because this is the way I conceived it in my mind, that there is no other way that it should be. I'm not advocating for that at all. Don't be that person. But um, using our own imaginations as a story is being told to us is something that most of us have been doing since childhood. So it is nothing new to us, and it's exercising that particular muscle that makes you think, okay, how can I, what would this look like if it were in live action? I always like the idea of telling these stories in the podcast format, and I'm looking forward to Khan SETI Alpha 5. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know how much more of the Khan story can be told, but you know, I am all here to see what else people have to add to the story. I'm trying to keep from yawning again. It makes the medicine that I take makes me yawn. I'm not bored. It's just it makes me yawn. Then we got Carol Kane joining the cast of Star Trek Strange New Worlds season 2. So we got our first look clip also from Star Trek Strange New Worlds season 2, and that clip explored Ortega's a little bit, which makes me and a whole lot of people happy, because we have been looking forward to learning just a little bit more about Erica Ortega's, the freaking helms person from heaven. She is that deal as it comes to flying the Enterprise or piloting the Enterprise. In fact, I'll go out on a limb and say she is probably the best of the best. But you know, she's arguably the best of the best, and I'm not going to argue with you. If you think of somebody else, and you're right. But right now, in this house, it's Erica Ortega's. In this house, it's Erica. So this is, and she was so happy. I'm not going to tell you if you guys have not yet seen this clip. I'm gonna tell you, you need to go to join my Discord, and I need to put the link somewhere. I will have the link in the description after this video was aired, but you need to join the Discord because I posted all of this stuff as it was happening on Star Trek Day and also on D23. You know, I was a little bit behind, but I did post things as they were happening as well on D23 Day. So if you want this type of information as it comes out, join my Discord. Follow me on Facebook at After the Snap Movies and TV, or join the group After the Snap Hangout. Then also you can follow me on Twitter at Snap After. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so what else did I need to? Oh yeah, so that was it. That was our last announcement from out of the Star Trek Day celebration. I thought they did an outstanding job. I was very happy with what we saw. The only thing that I wasn't particularly happy with is that we did not get a trailer for Star Trek Discovery. We don't know when it's coming back. Those things, you know, I felt like there has been enough time that Star Trek Discovery has been off, you know, off season, that they could have at least had a date. They could have at least had a trailer put together because, yeah, we just want to know what's going to happen next. And we want to start drumming up the excitement for this next season, specifically amongst people who might be coming to Star Trek Discovery from Strange New Worlds, or might be coming from Star Trek Discovery from Prodigy or the such. You know what I mean? So we've got these new series, or these newer series, that are great jumping off points for people to enter into the Star Trek universe. And one of the longest running Star Trek programs right now is Star Trek Discovery. We want to funnel the people who are just jumping in to Star Trek Discovery and beyond. But, you know, they're making it real hard for us out here. And we doing the Lord's work, because Paramount is not really, they will F you up about using their content that's a whole nother rant. Tasha was about to go off. That's a whole nother rant. The truth of the matter is, we be trying to help bring attention to Star Trek Discovery, and they act like we trying to steal their IP. I just got mad. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna talk about um, D23. We go. Let's go on to D23. The reveals for. Wait a minute. Now, did I? I didn't even make one for Star. I didn't make one for Star Wars. One of my little things at the bottom. We're just going to run through it all together. I'm sorry for those who are looking for Star Wars news to be going across the bottom of the screen. My dumb butt forgot to make the ticker for Star Wars. I made for everything else, but not Star Wars. I suck. So there was a lot to learn about what was going to happen with all of our favorite fandoms coming out of from under the Disney umbrella. There was news about Indiana Jones, about Andor, Mandalorian. We had a little news from I didn't even remember seeing the Bad Batch, a Skeleton Crew. Some of this stuff, before we go on, some of the things that were revealed were only revealed to the audience who were in attendance, so the attendees. Some of it, and some of it they released stuff for us. Like, for instance, we got another Andor trailer. I thought that one, of course, it looks an awful lot like the other one, but I thought that one was a nice looking trailer as well. It gives me a better appreciation. It gives me a better appreciation for how beautifully shot this series is. It is so beautiful, so rich, and like I said before, the scale of it, the scope of it is so big, so extra large, so bombastic. I'm looking forward to seeing how they tell this story. We got to see a little bit more of Cassian Andor, and gosh, I forgot her name, Mothma. Y'all know who I'm talking about. We saw a little bit more of her. We got a little bit more of a feel of how this revolution is going to get started. I'm looking forward to Andor. It is starting, I believe it was September 21st on Disney Plus. It's starting with 3 episodes. So if you, I think we will get an excellent feel for the series with a 3-episode premiere. I'm very happy that they starting with 3 episodes, and September 21st, mark your calendars. We're going to be very interested in seeing how well this series is received. Lucasfilm also made announcements about Willow. So the next great adventure begins for Willow, and you will see that the Warwick Davis, the titular wizard Willow, they all were there present to talk about this new movie. And yeah, there's an audience for it. I don't know if I'm going to be. I'm going to watch it. As long as I got Disney Plus, I'm going to watch it. We could talk about it. It'll probably be talked about more on the podcast. Yeah, on the podcast instead of on these live streams. But that would give you a reason to subscribe to the podcast, right? And also, let's see, Star Wars: The Bad Batch, that's coming out with season 2 on January 4th, 2023. It's going to start with 2 episodes on Disney Plus. We'll get into that because that's Clone Force 99 coming back with Dave Filoni. And yes, Dave Filoni is still the exec producer of this series. So yeah, we're getting Star Wars: The Bad Batch and Star Wars: Tales of the Jedi. I'm looking forward to that because that one is coming out October 26th of this year. And it's just a 6-part animated, like they're shorts instead of full-length episodes. They're shorts. And they will be telling the story of some of the Jedi, and I'm looking forward to specifically learning more about the young Ahsoka Tano, early Qui-Gon tale. They've got more coming. I'm looking forward to it. I didn't. I'm one of those people who did not watch the Clone Wars, and I have not watched all the Bad Batch yet. So my introductions to these characters, like I'm talking like getting some of the lore from these characters, is going to be from some of the newer properties, because those older things are kind of intimidating because of how many of the sheer volume that you have to get through. Even though Disney has been kind enough to put together on Disney Plus essential viewing for Clone Wars, for Rebels, I think. Don't quote me on Rebels. I know they have essential viewing for Clone Wars though, so that helps. Okay, so that's Star Wars Tales of the Jedi, again, October 26th, 2022, and that means that between October 26th and 27th, we will be in animated heaven, because we will get some Star Wars, and then the very next day we'll get some Star Trek. I'm here for that. And I'm talking Star Trek Prodigy. Then we have Ahsoka. Now, there were early in production images from Ahsoka. There was not a trailer, but that was only for the attendees. People outside of the attendees really didn't get to see those images unless somebody leaks them. You know that happens. Shit, people leak shit all the time. We also talked about Skeleton Crew, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, which is going to center around a group of lost children. They're going to be lost in space, and be set in the New Republic time frame. So that's created by John Watts, Chris Ford. They were on hand with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, and they showed an first look at Jude Law in the show, and they welcomed Jude Law on stage. So Jude Law was there to talk about Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Then we got, The Mandalorian Season 3 trailer. We did not get a date for Season 3. We know it's coming in probably early 2023, but we got Mando and Grogu are back, and it looks like Grogu has gotten a little bit older, a little bit wiser, but he is we are finding that he is a Mandalorian no more, and I'm talking about Din Djarin. It's no longer, because he took his helmet off. Remember, he took his helmet off. So he and Grogu looks like are about to embark upon something. They will run into some familiar faces, and I'm telling you, as far as I'm concerned, and I've said it a million times, and I'm going to keep saying it, I feel like in this story, the Mandalorian that they're talking about is not Mando. I feel like the Mandalorian they're talking about is going to be Grogu. I really and truly do. We will see if I am correct, but I really feel like Grogu is going to be that Mandalorian. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, right? Then they talked about Indiana Jones. Yay, Indiana Jones, yay, June 30th, 2023. Yay, we get to see Indiana Jones. Yay, So there's that. Let me see what else we have. I can't understand why that even says that. How dare you? I'm looking at something else over here. I'm sorry. Lies, all lies. Okay. We got Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures. That is an upcoming series for Disney Plus. It's coming in some point in 2023. So yeah, it's gonna be all the young Jedis. Yay. I know you guys hate the yay thing. So, but yeah, that's an animated feature, of course, and I'm going to show you guys here this little logo of it. It's a cute little logo. Look like we got a baby Yoda. Not mean a real young Yoda, not baby Yoda, young Yoda. Because baby Yoda, they've already pinned Grogu as baby Yoda. So this right here is a young Yoda. But you see a group of younglings, and they are going to yeah, we're gonna get their adventures. We're gonna find out. Uh, I hate this. I hate the fact that they're doing this as these younglings, young Jedi's, because we know what happened to a lot of them, right? And it's like we didn't see none of these as adult Jedi, so we have to assume that they were, in Order 66, and they shouldn't have did this. But okay, if you got a different feel, about what this could possibly potentially mean for these younglings, let me know in the comments. Um, and yeah, now we're gonna get into the Marvel presentation. I'm not about to talk about every presentation. The ones that was the most important to me was Marvel and the MCU stuff and the Star Wars stuff. But if you want more information, I put some of that on Discord, and I also put some on Facebook. After the snap, movies and TV, you can see some of the other things that was offered as far as Pixar and the such from D23. But this, I'm just going to talk about this, and I don't have anybody here with me, or at least anybody who wants to talk. I don't have anybody who wants to talk. So after I get through MCU and a couple of other little things, I'm going to wrap up unless we get an audience in here. So the MCU, they had some trailers. One of the trailers that came out that was for attendees only was Wakanda Forever. They got a beautiful new look at Wakanda Forever. I thought that we would get a trailer, and I thought I thought all of us, even those who were not in attendance, would get a trailer. Ooh, excuse me. I guess that just means that we will be seeing a trailer sometime soon. The attendees got to see it first. We also saw, or we didn't see, but the attendees got to see a live performance of Rogers the Musical. Yeah, I think I would have liked to have seen that. And I know there are some people who was like, oh, that was stupid. I would have liked to have seen an extended version of Rogers the Musical. So there's that. Let's see. Now, in that new trailer for Wakanda Forever, I'm reading right here from IGN. It says the trailer shows us a preview of a United Nations meeting where various leaders were discussing the dangers of vibranium and were frustrated that Wakanda refused to share this valuable resource with the rest of the world. The Wakandan queen talks about the king's death, and there is a small cut that shows the Dora Milaje in an intense battle. Ryan Coogler also talked about Chadwick Boseman becoming a Disney legend this weekend. So, yes, that cast and crew of Black Panther is still in mourning. They're still mourning the loss of Chadwick Boseman. I think it will be cathartic to get this movie behind them, and then they may be able to close the book on that chapter of of grief. It's very hard to categorize grief, and I think that this movie will be an outstanding way to honor the legacy of Chadwick Boseman and his contributions to the MCU and to the world in general. And then Ironheart was next. They got a new logo for Ironhearts, and yeah, they just talked about what we could expect between there's like a war that is brewing between magic and tech. And we have seen the introduction of a lot of new magic in the MCU, and there's new tech. So we'll see how that works. The next time, I mean, the next thing that they talked about in the MCU portion of D23 was Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Now they had the cast: Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, and my fave, Jonathan Majors, came on the stage. They explained more about the film. Yeah, they are provided with an exclusive preview for Ant-Man and the Wasp. We didn't get it. They got it. Now, Jimmy Woo, Randall Park, he's going to be back in that next Ant-Man movie. Of course, you know, they like to give the audience what they want, and we didn't get enough of Jimmy Woo. Jimmy Woo showed up first in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Then let me see, he was in Ant-Man and the Wasp. He was in, what's the name of it? WandaVision. Yeah, WandaVision. He was in WandaVision. So now we are seeing him going to show up again in Quantumania. The whole Lang family is going to be pulled into the quantum realm, where they are greeted by none other than Kane the Conqueror. And my understanding is he's going to be like, Ant-Man, did I kill you before? Because, you know, Kang the Conqueror is a time hopper. He's been in all these different timelines. He's lived a million lifetimes. And thus, he's pretty sure he's killed every Avenger at least once in one of these and every one of these timelines. And so he asked, did he kill him before? As if Scott Lang would know. Only person who would know would be Kang, but I digress. We also, now what we did get a look at, and it left me very intrigued, and I know there are going to be some people who are not going to be as intrigued as I am. Werewolf by Night. That looked good. Now, Werewolf by Night is not a series. It is a Halloween special. It is coming out October 8th, just in time for spooky season. And it's like it was, well, at least the trailer was in black and white, and it was like that old, like a haunted house type feel or vibe, until you realize that somebody is attacking all of the rest of the characters in this black and white trailer. So among, you know, that's that game Among Us, that one person in the group is a werewolf, and it is up to the other people in the group to figure out who the werewolf is, and, you know, to escape this werewolf. So this this show, movie, whatever it is designed kind of after that premise. I like the idea of that being. I like the idea of the Werewolf by Night, by that being the premise of this movie. So I can't wait to see what they do. That trailer looked good. If you'd like to see it, you can look it up on YouTube, or you can go to After Snap Movies and TV, and I did load it up there. Also on our Discord. So, in a matter of fact, while we keep talking about this Discord, I'm going to just put it in the chat, the link. And then if you guys at another time want to join the Discord and see what goes on and blase splee, then you can do that. Okay. I don't want to auto mod just yet. You know, they always trying to offer you ways to make your to make your server better. And it always gets in the way of what I'm doing. Now, what am I trying to do? Invite people. Yep. And I don't want this link to expire ever. So copy that and then go here. I'm going to put it right here in the chat. So if you want to join, it's there. It's in the chat. Let's see. So yeah, I put it up on. I put the trailer for Werewolf by Night on Facebook after Snap Movies and TV, and also on Discord. You can see it either place. Then the crown jewel to me, baby. Okay, well, first let's talk about the one thing. One show that's coming out is, damn, how am I going to do this? How am I going to talk about this? We'll talk about it in this order. We'll talk about it in this order. The one that I'm looking forward to the most as far as Disney Plus content coming out in like 2023 is Secret Invasion. Now, if you don't know, Don Cheadle, first and foremost, he joined Kevin Feige on stage to talk about Secret Invasion. Of course, the cast of Secret Invasion includes Samuel L. Jackson returning as Nick Fury. Mariah Hill is returning as what? Mariah Hill? What is her name? The real girl, the lady that plays Maria Hill. They put Mariah Hill. I know her name is gosh, I can't think of it. Maria Hill, MCU actress. Kobe Smulders. They put Maria Hill in. Anywho, Kobe Smulders is returning as Maria Hill. There's Emilia Clarke has joined in the cast. Don Cheadle is in there. We got that new trailer. Like I said, it is again in all the different places that I told you can find it. YouTube, or you can go to one of my pages and you will find it. There is a conversation in that trailer between Nick Fury and Rhodes, and their conversation indicates that that Rhodey already knew about the existence of the Skrulls and that they have invaded Earth. So now the question is, who has been a Skrull the entire time? And it looks like there's political intrigue and espionage going on in this trailer. And this is the type of content that I love. I absolutely love this type of stuff coming out of Marvel. One of my favorite movies was Star Wars. Gosh, it ain't Star Trek or Star Wars. I'm sorry, y'all. It is Captain America, the Winter Soldier. It gave me that same kind of vibe. This is the vibe that I'm getting from Secret Invasion. I'm looking forward to seeing how they pull this thing together, especially with Rhodey saying, "Hey, I've known about this invasion for like 10 years." How? So that would mean at least before the snap, before Thanos arrived on Earth, Rhodey knew that the Skrulls were a thing. But he never let on to anybody, or did Tony know? I'm curious as to how this thing goes. Let's see. We'll see together. I'm excited. The other big TV series that's coming out that is new is Armor Wars, because the events from Secret Invasion are going to lead us directly into Armor Wars. And of course, the filming has not yet started, but it was it's going to begin early next year. So we will see Secret Invasion, and then Armor Wars will be like an extension of Secret Invasion. We also go get Loki season 2. So Tom Hiddleston showed up and he was talking about Owen Wilson and Sophia DiMartino, who plays Sylvie. They jumped on stage to talk about season 2 of Loki. I'm wondering if we're going to see a little bit more of Kang the Conqueror even there. We don't have a date yet for Loki season 2. Now, one of the things that we have been looking forward to for this was the Fantastic Four announcements, because many of us talking heads thought that we were going to get uh, a cast announcement, at least for the big four, and we didn't. We got nothing. The only thing that we got is the knowledge or the confirmation. This is something that had already been moving around in Hollywood circles, but we got the confirmation that Matt Shakman is going to direct the film. Of course, we know that he also did WandaVision, and WandaVision was very well received by the people within and without the fandom. So we didn't get to talk to Matt Shakman. There was nothing else to talk about. It was just, hey, Matt Shakman, and that's it. We ain't got nothing else for you for Fantastic Four. So we continue to wait. Then they talked about Echo, and Echo, of course, the girl who played what is her name, Alakwa Cox, and Vincent D'Onofrio. They were invited to the stage, cast of the film, talked about learning sign language and how difficult and equally rewarding that process was. But, you know, we know that Echo is coming. We know that the Kingpin is coming back. They also got a first look. If they were in attendance of D23, they got a first look at Echo. And she was, you know, facing off again with Kingpin, because many of us know Kingpin ain't dead. Y'all know that. Y'all knew that, right? Kingpin ain't dead. So that was that, right? Then we got why is it I get tongue tied? Daredevil, Born Again. Of course, Vincent D'Onofrio hangs out on stage for a little longer because, of course, he's important to that series as well. Then we got Charlie Cox. Yay! Crowd goes crazy because this is what they've asked for since the Netflix series Daredevil was canceled. The whole entire fandom has been screaming for nothing more than bring back Charlie Cox as the Daredevil. We got him. There's nothing to show for Daredevil. We will see Charlie Cox show up in She-Hulk at some point with one of these last couple of episodes that we got. And so in the preview for the next episode of She-Hulk, in fact, the fans in attendance got to see that red and yellow outfit of Daredevil's, and we see that yay, he's there, you know. So Daredevil Born Again is going to begin filming in 2023, and that's going to be a big ass series because it's going to have 18 episodes, and that makes me happy because I get so upset when after 6 episodes things are over and I'm like, I want more. You know, some things you'd be like, okay, I can wait, and some things it's like I gotta have it now. And I think that Daredevil having 18 episodes is perfect. Give us that. They talked about with Anthony Mackie, of course. Julius Ona is the director of this movie, Captain America: New World Order. So we got that. It's going to be a thriller, as they say. Tim Blake Nelson is going to be returning to the MCU as the leader. We saw the leader hinted at way back in the Hulk. Remember the Hulk movie way back? So we saw the leader hinted at in that movie at the end. It appears that we are going to get the payoff of that hint here in Captain America: New World Order. It appears also that Danny Ramirez, the character, I forgot his name. I forgot his name in the series. Damn, he's going to be the new Falcon, and I know that there's precedent in. Let me see. I'm going to look it up in the comics for this character to show up as the Falcon. Let me see. Joaquin Torres. Yes, Joaquin Torres. He is going to, a very handsome young man, by the way. He's going to show up as the Falcon, the new Falcon. I think we saw him in We saw him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He got a hold. Well, actually, gosh, what is his name? Actually, Sam gave him the wings because they were destroyed. He was like, just keep them. Well, this young man, Joaquin Torres, has the technical savvy to fix these wings, and that is what's going to happen. And he will likely be introduced as the new Falcon. And Kevin Feige then went on to say that the events of New World Order takes place where the Avengers don't exist, but there's another group, and that group is the Thunderbolts. So the Thunderbolts, kind of this little group we've seen being hinted at over the course of 5 or 6 movies now, or 5 or 6 projects. I won't say just movies. They're going to include Bucky, Yelena Belova, Val. Remember Val? What's the Ghost? Remember Ghost? Yeah, Ghost is going to be in this. Taskmaster. What's his name? The one that was the old Cap. I mean, he was Cap for a second before he decapitated that young man. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Wyatt Russell is playing him. God damn. Okay, John, some shit or the other. Anyway, and Red Guardian. So we got Red Guardian. We got Bucky. We got Taskmaster, Ghost, Val, Yelena, and I think I said everybody, right? Red Guardian. All of them. They're the Thunderbolts is going to start filming early next year. And then they also talked about the Marvels. And we learned, the audience of D23 learned that what happened between Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel at the end of the Ms. Marvel series. But what we find out is that it didn't just happen to those two. Monica Rambeau also was involved in that situation. We just didn't see her. So that's when they got that the audience got the sneak peek, and they got to see Nick Fury in a conversation with Monica Rambeau in outer space. And then suddenly she swaps with Kamala Khan. And they learned that their powers seem to have been entangled. So we got Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel, and Ms. Marvel. All of their powers have been jumbled all up together. And that's what made them switch places with each other. So yay, I'm looking forward to the Marvels. And I need to get a date for the Marvels. I know that has been announced already. Let's see. 2023, what dates? Dates. July 28th. That is where it is right now. Who knows if that is going to be where it remains? But July 28th is what we have gotten right now. This is the date that we can look forward to. Some of the folks that were there said that it looked pretty good. That Nia DaCosta, who female, of course, and she gave us that Candyman movie that was kind of, I wouldn't say the movie was well directed. It was just some choices, some creative choices that were made with the writing that kind of was little wonky to me. But yeah, we saw Tiana Paris work with Nia DaCosta there, and she's working with her again with this Marvel's movie. So yes, these are things I'm excited about. Hopefully you're excited about. We can discuss these things further whenever you'd like. Join the Discord, bring it on over to Facebook and the After Snap Hangout, and you can tell me whatever your opinions are on these projects and these things. So I'm looking forward. That was the end of our Marvel section of the presentations. And yeah, it was exciting. Wasn't as exciting as we thought it was going to be, that we had built up in our mind, but it was exciting nevertheless. finally, my last little piece of news for today is about DC's Black Adam. That dropped a new trailer on the first night of, I think it was the first night of D23. It might have been around this, it might have been the second day of D23, whichever the case, we got a new trailer. We got a better look at the JSA, the Justice Society of America. We got a little bit more dialogue from the characters and from Black Adam. We saw, of course, we saw a scene that a lot of people have been complaining about. And the thing that people are complaining about the most about this scene is that it is reminiscent, I guess, reminiscent of what's the name of the show? The X-Men. And everybody act like the X-Men, it's the X-Men. They didn't use the same stage, the setting as the X-Men. That setting has been used by far more than the X-Men. So we can't fault DC. Don't just look for things to bash DC about. We cannot fault them for using a setting that everybody else has used as well. Okay, people, that this is a popular setting. To me, in my opinion, did it make me more excited for Black Adam? I can't say it made me I can't say that this trailer made me more excited for Black Adam, but it didn't make me less excited for Black Adam, if that makes sense. So there's that. And yeah, there's that. So now we can what else we need to discuss? There was something else I wanted to discuss. Yeah, but that the trailer looked good. You did get a feel, a vibe of X-Men, but that's because everybody uses they are not the only two people to have used that set. I'm trying to make sure that there was nothing else that I wanted to hit upon before I bounce. I don't know. I'm looking to see if there's any. I want to look and see if there's any news, like new news, that has been released within the last few minutes. It's not looking like it, and that would make me be able to bounce and catch up with you guys possibly soon. Yeah, soon. Y'all know I'm coming back, especially since I think the problems that we were experiencing over here in personal, Tasha, hopefully those problems have been completely addressed and we won't be having those issues anymore. So thus, I can be here with more certainty, because everything was uncertain for a little while. And yeah, there's that. Now I forgot today was football day. I forgot. Yes, I forgot. Oh gosh. Yeah, there ain't nothing happening. This is it. There's no news. It says Aaron Rodgers, 22 of 34, 195 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. Wow, was out of sync with his receivers. Aaron Jones averaged 9.8 yards per carry and yet only had 8 total touches. A.J. Dillon led them in catches, 5, and receiving yards, 46, which says something about the receivers or the offensive design. Aaron Rodgers is looking really vulnerable out there. He's looking human, huh? Let's see. Is there anything else? But in Patrick Mahomes, on the other hand, finished with 360 passing yards and 5 touchdowns versus the Cardinals. The Giants edged the Titans 21-20. They say that was an exciting game. Daniel Jones was 17-21, 188 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception, made some crucial mistakes, but the Giants won while leaning on Saquon Barkley for 164 yards. Wow. 44-21 victory over the Arizona Cardinals. That was the margin of victory for the Chiefs over the Cardinals. I told you about Patrick Mahomes already. Yeah. Is there anything else? The Pittsburgh Steelers score a 23-20 overtime victory against the Cincinnati Bengals. Sound like it was some good games. Yeah. Wow. Devontae Adams for the Raiders. His debut game for the Raiders. 10 catches on 17 targets, 144 yards, and a TD. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna be better at giving. I guess I could have gave you the sports from over here. I'm gonna be better about the sports things. It's right now. Still underway is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Dallas Cowboys 6-3 Buccaneers way. The final of the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Los Angeles Chargers game was 24-19, going to the Chargers. Green Bay got their asses kicked by the Minnesota Vikings, which means they are 0-1 in the division, 23-7. We talked about Aaron Rodgers' bad performance. And let's see. Right now, a tied game between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans ends in a tie. That doesn't happen too often, right? 20-20 tie. So, yep, I ain't got nothing else for you. I'm about to get on up out of here. It's been fun. Let me make sure nobody is there saying anything. Nope, I don't have any visitors. It's been fun, y'all. We talked about everything that we needed to talk about. If you're watching this on the rebroadcast, please hit the like. Make some comments. Talk to me. Let me know what you thought about the presentations that we got from D23 and from Star Trek Day. And yeah, subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, you can join or you can do Patreon. There's a lot of ways to support the channel. I'd appreciate any of them. And with all that being said, it has been a blast. I will see you guys later this week. Peace.